the counselors that work with us. Apart from that, like I said, we help them support their events when they have study abroad, fairs and student fairs where universities and students engage with each other. The largest percentage of students that go to study abroad and in general also go to study in the US are all from this region. And Career Mosaic as a company is looking to grow our reach in the Andhra and Telangana market as well as our current presence. We already have a pretty strong presence, but we're looking at doubling down, tripling down on that presence. And I'll talk a little more in detail about the plans that we have as a company in this region. But before that, I'd like to share some interesting data on the numbers that are generated out of India for studying abroad and also specifically out of the Andhra and Telangana region. So, as per the statement put out in the Parliament, in the Indian Parliament, 750,000 students went to study abroad from India. 750,000 students went to study abroad from India, and a big percentage of that, close to 28%, went to the US. So that's close to 2 lakh students went to study just in the US. That's a huge interest in just one market, a massive market. But it's a big market that they're interested in. From the region of Andhra and Telangana, they contributed to 40% of the entire student population that went to the US. So if we take 2 lakh and then 40%, so that's about 80,000 students that from this region went to study in the US. So you can imagine the interest that the states have in the US, education opportunities and career opportunities, as well as understandably the interest that universities have in making their presence felt, and they are able to recruit the right kind of students for their programs. The other two states that have such good numbers are Punjab and Maharashtra, but then nothing compares to what Andhra and Telangana is able to generate. An example of the numbers coming out of this region is GRE, the graduate recording examination that students take to study master's degree in the US, recorded that in the year 21-22, we had 115,000 students that took the GRE test. And out of this, 57,000 students, so that's nearly half the test takers, were from the Andhra and Telangana region. So the demand is huge. The number of students, the student interest is massive. Cities that had the highest number of test takers for GRE were, amongst them were Hyderabad, Guntur, Vijayawada, Vizag, Khammam. So these are, all of these cities are amongst the top 10 test takers that students come from. Move on to, looking at the strong market, what are our numbers as a company? In the last academic year, that is 22 to this year, 23, since applications are already done for this entire academic year, we had 135,000 applications just for USA. So 135,000 applications to various universities in USA, public, private, big and small universities across the length and breadth of the country. 70% of our entire student applications are from the Andhra and Telangana region. And as we see that 40% of the entire population that goes out of this region is anyways from, goes out of India is anyways from this region. But for us as a company, 70% of our entire student population was from this region. And this number is only expected to rise in the, not just in the fall term, but also in the coming terms that we'll see. The majority of the students who go to study abroad from study in the US from this region they tend to choose the very popular states which are in the Northeast: New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and of course very popular is the southern state of Texas. California is, of course, because of Silicon Valley and the various opportunities there, equally popular destination. And then we have Illinois and Missouri as two other hotbeds for where large number of students go. Having said that, our experience has been that with the 300 plus, close to 350 universities that we work with, we've been able to successfully service all of these universities by having applications and actual enrollments go to these universities, even if they're not in these top destinations. Our application base from this region are for STEM programs. And the programs, of course, is computer science, data engineering, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity. We have students going for business analytics as a very popular program, which is a STEM. Financial engineering is something that students are going for. Also, engineering and technology programs, from everything from industrial engineering, mechanical, civil, construction engineering is something that we are seeing students still interested in engineering and technology programs as well. Software engineering and computer engineering, of course, being most popular ones. And then post-pandemic, we've also seen a trend where a lot of students want to go for health science programs. There are many misconceptions in the market as to what STEM means, and a kind of mindset where STEM may just mean computer science or technology, but that's not true. A wide range of science programs also are STEM programs, and health sciences programs have picked up big time ever since the pandemic. Lots of students, grad and undergrad, are interested in various kind of health science programs. The reason for choosing STEM to study in US are various reasons. First and foremost, that the number of opportunities that are available for a student academically and career-wise is the most in STEM. The employability of these students is also very high. I'd like to share a common statistic which says that graduates tend to earn anywhere between 50 to 60% higher than non-STEM graduates, and that's the bare minimum, like at least 50 to 60% higher salaries than non-STEM. So for students who are looking to at least have a return on investment for working for a few years after they graduate in the US, it's a very lucrative study plan to go to. Also, of course, India has a very strong base of science, technology, and mathematics education background. We are very good with these subjects, so it's just automatic that we have a lot of students in India who come from these backgrounds. In the region, currently, whatever teams that we have for student support, for agency support, we will triple that in the next 6 to 8 months. Not only Hyderabad, our teams also service the regions of Guntur, Vijayawada, Vizag, Khammam, Kakinada, Rajahmundry. We've got students coming from all of these regions. Network that we have 200 plus agencies that we work with, and we intend to increase the network of partner agencies at least by 75%. What this means is that the students who guide, the companies, the consultants and counselors who guide students to study abroad, we intend to up that number of partnership contracts that we have by 75%, so close to 325, 350 by the end of the year. Applying for master's degrees, but the undergraduate market is steadily growing. 10% of our applications that we sent to study abroad were undergrad. In the year 21-22, we don't know what happened last year because that statistic will be declared after this talk ends. But in the year 21-22, 27,500 undergrad students went to the US, only to the US, and then so much more went elsewhere.